This is the Uneducated Educator back with another episode of Tuned In, where we discuss everything under the sun so that each one could teach one. And as y'all know, before the show starts, I play a little tune. So sit back and listen to some vibes.
It's a boy Dev, King of the Juve. Jump. Jump. Oh gosh. Juve money na jump like a fish out of the road. Pull up on a bumper, start to post because I'm feeling good. She could be a doctor, could be a lawyer, could be a judge. All I know is Juve, and I ain't charge of bam bam. All I want to do is jump, jump, jump. Chewbacca won't y'all. Jump, jump, jump. It's Juve morning, y'all. Jump, jump, jump. You will get with the wine. Jump, jump, jump. Oh boy. Pass me the liquor, pass me the cup. Give me some ice. Girl, I'm a bumper, well long and nice and it looking nice. She whining it up, well I whining up. She whining it down, well I whining down. All over tight and not falling down. We going around and 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 around. I ain't charge of mama. All I want to do is shout, shout, shout. Chewbacca over y'all. Shout, shout, shout. It's Juve morning, y'all. Shout, shout, shout. You will get with the wine. Shout, shout, shout. Oh God. Look she there, look she there, look she there, look she there. Don't make she run away. Oh she there, oh she there, oh she there, oh she there. Don't make she get away. Oh God. Hot place for she belting. And the ice in the cooler melting. And she gets by the truck. They see she walking up and she uses she bump up a venting. No lie. This is carnival. Tuesday morning is wine and jam. When your bumper girl push it back. Cause I ain't charge of you. Shout, shout, shout. Chewbacca bumper girl. Shout, and shout, shout. It's Tuesday morning girl. Shout, shout, shout. You will get with the
Hey, Tamara.
shout, shout. Oh God.
How you doing tonight?
Two things are forever. Love, Liberty Mutual customizing your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. And if anyone...
Slum, throw some oil in it. Saltfish, saltfish, saltfish. Saltfish, 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 saltfish. When the doctor cooking saltfish, then they soak it good. Soak it, soak it, soak it good. Jack never used the stove, we heat it up with some firewood. Soak it, soak it, soak it good. And put it in the saltfish. Saboka in the saltfish. If I cook in the saltfish, man, I go be in the saltfish. Now go bring she saltfish. I go bring she saltfish. When we season the saltfish,
Like the sweet and saltfish.
listen before you talk. We have a cook on the block. Them fellas go bring the wood. Them ladies go bring the pot. And before the fire start, somebody run in the shop and get a couple pound of flour, cut dumpling going in that. When the jack are cooking saltfish, they just soak it good. Soak it, soak it, soak it good. Jack never used no stove, we heat it up with some firewood. Soak it, soak it, soak it good. And put it in the saltfish. Saboka in the saltfish. If I cook in the saltfish, my hand will be in the saltfish. We get to bring the saltfish. Martin go bring the saltfish. When we season the saltfish, nothing sweeter than saltfish. When it comes to jam, saltfish will never waste. We eat till we belly full, and we rub it on the with peace. Elizabeth she like, How I thought she own. When I put in cucumber, she don't want me to take out the bone. When the jab jab cooking salvage, we just soak it good. Soak it, soak it. Soak it good. Jab jab never use no stove, we hit it up with some firewood. Soak it, soak it. Soak it good and put it big in the saltfish. Saboka in the saltfish. If I'm cooking the saltfish, my hand will be in the saltfish. We are going to saltfish. Patrice going to saltfish. When we season the saltfish, nothing sweeter than saltfish. Come on, you get a taste. You can say what we want. When nobody ain't watching, you keep practice in the front. When you know job in shame, you know the job you in care. And you see you by morning.
It's vibes alone. Tell me, can you feel it? Yeah. It's vibes alone. That is what I'm feeling. Can you feel it? Oh, you don't know but listen. Watch the way we walk, watch the way we talk, watch the way we move. You don't know but melody. We just come alive. Each and every time. Make a part of the life. Yeah. I feel it. The rhythm is all like I feel it. I feel it. Don't ask me how, we already know. I feel it. The music is all that we feel it. I feel it. We coming down, cause it's vibe. Hello. Tell me how you feel it. Can you feel it? Tell them it's vibe and some ice. Hello. Tell me, can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can't you feel all this energy? It's all inside of me. Come on and follow me. Can you feel it? I'm giving you all the energy. Music is ready. Come now, we make some memories. Can you feel it? Don't tell me that I don't know music because the way I was war. Don't tell me that I don't know music because the way I was strong. Cause I started doing this music thing way before I was 3. So don't come up to me and tell me that you know more music than me. Because I feel it. The rhythm is all like I feel it. I feel it. Don't ask me how, we already know. I feel it. So you're a mom.
Yeah.
Well, fix me up.
I know y'all ain't sitting still right now with this song on. So grab something, sit down and watch the show with. We'll be here shortly. Just back here dancing by what? Party done. What? Party done. Bang, bang, bang.
And when I'm finished, we go stand there united. Oh, they see we coming, and I bust the speakers start humming. So the beat that it don't start coming. You take me only need something. Watching all the parties and shutting down the place. Release all your pride, letting go the place.
Don't tell me no, it's in the air, keep taking over.
Yes.
We want it fast, everywhere we go, we party done. I say it, rock up the people that want it, toss it, rock up the money that ride it, shot the boss, we provide it, party done, we conquer the world.
All right.
Indian girl. Indian girl.
Yes, man.
Super T.
Indian girl can come and wine and what she wears. Take over the street, make a back canal in the place. Drop it to the ground and shake it all around. Push up on the speaker, beat it like a Indian drum. Calling Mr. Lodella. This girl, she popular. She known from all over. She come from India, but she is my sister. My one only sister. If you come in over, come and meet me by the bar. So you can walk up the lucky, walk up the lucky, walk up the lucky.
You want me walk up the lucky, walk up the lucky, walk up the lucky.
Boy, come and walk up the lucky, walk up the lucky, walk up the lucky.
You want me walk up the lucky, walk up the lucky, walk up the lucky.
Calling Mr. Lodella. This girl, she popular. She known from all over. She come from India, but she is my sister. My one only sister. If you come in over, come and meet me by the car.
Come here, Indian girl. First time in carnival, whining like an animal, making the man them ball. The way you make it shake, you pulse it back to break. I'm just saying Indian girl, I say Indian girl. Like I don't know what to do, I don't know what I want. All I know is when I whine on you, I whine to the tabla. You have me in a zone, I can't leave you alone. Never see no whining, so you're whining like a tornado. Come let me walk up the ladder, walk up the ladder, walk up the ladder.
Walk up and walk up the lucky, walk up the
Awards with every bite at Papa John's. Earn points with every purchase that can be used towards.
In a time is here, every light be there. Come rain or shine, we up in that now. Look where woman everywhere. It's a love affair. Man and woman does wine and end up on the ground. They call me Mr. Fett. It's a fun, I never miss one yet. It's sunshine in a dripping sweat. Thunderstorm and a soaking wet. They say Mr. Fett, your man, and I say Mr. Fett, your man. I come here to get some fun. Fett in this we name. We don't play, we coming night and day. No fat get on your way. We coming again. Every day, we full of energy. This fat they calling the way. Like dances we made. Don't care if I find on you. How good is that finding back? When the music start to flow, make sure you be styling that now. Don't care if I find on you. How good is that finding back? When the music start to flow, make sure you be styling that now. So when they say shut it down, give me one more song. We still going strong, drinking away. Next day if we head still hurt,
Huh.
we still going to work.
Yes.
We linking up, perfecting again. They call me Mr. Fett. Since I'm born, I never miss one yet. It's sunshine in a dripping sweat. Thunderstorm and a
Soaking wet.
Say Mr. Fett, you're mad, and I say Mr. Fett, you're mad. I come here to get on bad. Fett in this we name.
We don't play.
Going night and day.
Uh-oh, one more for the road.
Mash up again. Spears.
Yes, this is what we coming in here with tonight, y'all. Pure vibes with no behavior. Yes. Uh-oh. What the hell? YouTube just be doing stuff like that.
Everybody know every time we touch down, it's a dance me show. Fine, you hard and pull up. Mash it, fine, every man put your hand up, every girl start whining this splitters. Dance me show. Fine, you hard and pull up. Mash it, fine, every man put your hand up, every girl start whining. No,
They don't drink like we. Stop it. Yes. We reach. No have a bad mind. Oh. Hurry up with the order. Yes. Ash, what you been up
What's up?
to?
You said what?
What have you been up to?
Everything? Everything and
Every
nothing, right? Because isn't that how it always goes? Writing
honest.
again, posting on
Okay.
social media again.
Oh wow. I'm trying to get there, y'all. I'm trying to entertain y'all more every day.
Right.
Besides these lives right now, I'm just trying to fit it in my busy schedule. My job
Okay.
is demanding. It is like 12 hours a day of people locking their keys in the car. Their car's not starting. People
Mhm.
running out of gas, which brings me to life,
Okay.
hygiene, and customer service. Ash, what are
Uh,
your thoughts on life right now?
on life. Well, everything that you just said, I'm laughing, right? Because you talk about the people that like run out of gas, and I'm that type of person. I don't know why. I like am
Mhm.
like the queen of budgeting, and I always have my gas budget on deck. And guess what I do? Right around to the gas light. Come on.
I mean,
Why? I don't
it's
know.
in these days and time, it's kind of expensive. The gas had originally almost out here gotten to $5 a gallon, so that was pretty extreme for people out here. Normally, the gas is within a decent budget. Cigarettes was at the decent budget, but now everything is sky high. I mean, sky high.
Right. So yeah. So I don't know. One day I might be calling you. Let me stop. I'm not that. But let me tell you, I get as close as I can. But I'm just
Mhm.
gonna say, life seems to be kicking everybody's butt.
Ooh, technical difficulties. Hey, Miss Jonesy and Corey brings laughter. How you doing? I got you, boo.
All right. But yeah. So life is kicking everybody's butt. It's a lot going on. It's stressful, especially. Well, it's stressful. Period for everybody. It doesn't matter what you got going on. I'm sure it's a lot. Like, and I thought that I think that was falling to the wayside. It's like a work life balance. Like you just said that you work 12 hours. Then after you work your 12 hours, you do this 2 times a week, plus the other videos that you're doing. Like you still have your wife. Like it's a lot, right? That's a lot.
I mean, it is a lot because I need my own time. She needs her time with me. I have my mom who needs me to take her places. So it fills up. But one of the the biggest things in life is this is what we had these parents had us for, was to take care of them in the end. I mean, is it what you grooming Jamel now for? That he hooks you up
No,
later on in life when
I am not.
when
I'm
you
honestly not. I think that was
no,
such a bad
you
idea.
don't think that would.
I am grooming him to be self sufficient so that he can. I mean, if he has to help me later on and he chooses to, great. But I'm just preparing
Let's
him
be
to get
honest,
out
Ash.
when he's
Let's
ready.
be honest. You're wearing glasses now. I didn't say that Jamel has to live with you. I don't live with my mama, but I definitely go check on her every week to make sure she has the
Sure.
things that I need, that she needs. So I'm saying that she groomed me for that, right? And
Yeah.
when my sister is in town, she definitely passed by to make sure her mom has whatever she needs or take her places. So this is what I'm saying. When it comes to life, this is what we do, right? We groom our children so that they'll love us later on and be thankful enough to come back and check on us. See, I don't have
Right.
no kids, so I gotta be good to my nephews. Um, you know, my sister's still young enough to, take me
Listen.
places before I can't see no more.
Right. I honestly feel like this work life balance is getting the best of everybody. Like it's a lot. I said that a lot of times, but I mean, I don't know how else to say it. Like it's work. So we have the. I feel like it's a luxury because I'm gonna talk about why it's not a luxury for other people. We have the luxury of having our jobs, having people in our life that support us, and they're patient with us with what we have going on outside of our already demanding careers. They
Okay.
still work with us to, build our relationships and connections that are not work
Hmm.
related. And then they also are understanding when we're doing this, and you're working on your merch and I'm working on the books, and you know what I'm saying? Like, so
Exactly. Exactly.
that's a lot. But like, could you imagine the people that can't take off of work to go to their kids' school for their kids' function, or literally like in this neighborhood that we live in, when I go to the pool whenever, um,
Hmm.
trying to keep the kids busy for the summer. But it's like when we go there at night, nobody's there. Like we go there after
Hmm.
work day, nobody's there, and I'm like,
That's good.
I, it's good for us, but what about those kids that had to be in the house all day because their parents was at work and now their parents is home and they too tired and can't even do an hour in the pool after they've just been inside all day for the summer? Like,
See, that's where a village comes in, and I'm explaining to you like, see now, the parents in your neighborhood who are home and are able to take your children should be friendly enough with the people in your neighborhood to take their children too, knowing they're at work,
right,
and y'all can keep an eye on the neighborhood. It used to be like that. It used to be
exactly,
like that where people would keep an eye on everybody's kids. It didn't matter who you were, as long as you was in the area. Everybody, what I'm saying, kept the eye out.
exactly.
Nowadays, people don't want you involved with their children. I don't know why. I really think it's because they don't want them their children to tell their secrets. To be honest with you, I see
Right,
nothing wrong with letting your kids go out to play with the rest of the kids, as long as there's a few adults around. At least when
exactly,
there's multiple, everybody could keep an eye like it used to be. I mean, people are
exactly.
so scared nowadays because of most of the things that they're doing wrong. That stuff that they have within themselves. But yeah,
Exactly.
I mean, that's where the Yogi Bears and the summer camps come from. The ones that are
Right.
funded by churches and stuff like that.
And that was always fun.
So, was it?
Going to camp. I hated it when I was a child, but now that I look back, I'm like, I had some of the best experiences at camp. I just thought that
I
it
didn't have
meant
any
that I
good.
wasn't cool because I had to go to camp and all my kids just got to stay at home all day on the block. Now I'm like, oh, I'm so glad I went to camp and didn't stay at home all
Listen,
day getting in trouble.
my experience at camp, I went to camp one year, me and my little sister, being that, we weren't in the same age bracket, but we were able to go. It was
Mm,
horrible. First of all, she was scared. She
really?
never wanted to go to sleep. Yeah. Then
Oh, well, I never slept away. Maybe that's the difference. I went to day camps.
okay. Well, we went
Yeah.
away, and that was the
I
scariest thing in
didn't.
my life. Like I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that
I would have
again.
been scared
Definitely couldn't
too.
do that again. I mean, as an adult now, I probably could go camping because I ain't as scared as I'm saying. But at the point where, as a child, I wouldn't do that to my kid. All day and then away.
Not unless I could
Maybe just all
chaperone.
day.
Right.
Or I mean, okay, but all day. It's just that they were doing intentional stuff to scare the kids too. Telling
Yeah, I don't
scary
like that.
stories and stuff like that. Yeah, so it was a little intimidating at that age, and of course, being protective over my sister, it just wasn't. It didn't feel right. I fractured my rib because the
Ooh.
girl underneath me got scared and was doing something crazy with the bed, and I fell. So I mean, I guess
Mm-mm. That's too much.
which right now we don't really know how things are going to be determined. You know what I'm saying? But we all focused on the things to be able to get the time out to every part of your life because
Right.
that's hard.
It is. It is. And of course, seeing that we're women, I feel like we should focus on women for a second. And I know that men do this too, but I feel like a
Hmm.
lot it's women. Women work when they're sick.
Hmm.
They don't even bother to take the days off. They save those days for, I don't know. I don't know what single women take those days for. I guess they just feel so bogged down that they don't even take those days. But I know mothers save
Hmm.
those days when their kids are sick instead of when they're sick. Um, women work when they have their periods, which I find to be absolutely ridiculous. Because granted, everybody's period is different. Everybody's period is different, but for the people that have like seriously bad periods, the strongest cramps, like when I was in college, well, when I had graduated high school, like I used to miss a whole week of college when my period came because I could not do anything. I could not get up. I could not, like
I
it's ridiculous.
understand. You don't have to look. I used to think that the Lord was punishing me for not being heterosexual. The way the pain used to come in my gut, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, see, medically, a lot of that is from not having enough iron in your system, I mean, in your diet, and
Right, right.
fibroids.
And
They don't
sis,
know how you get them. It's a cyst. I believe it's hereditary. I believe it's in some of the food that we eat. Is one of the things that produce these type of diseases. These little cysts and fibroids is like, I guess, stuff that collects in your body that it can't get rid of, so it's sitting in different places. Yeah, it's crazy. But I mean,
exactly,
men don't get to experience that at all. They don't
exactly,
know. There's no machine that can simulate that.
exactly.
They
And I feel like
trying
that's
out there. Did you see
right. And I feel like that's so sad for women because it's like other women look at you like you're crazy when you need to take off for your period. Like, no, I need that. If you got to take off when you're pregnant, I need that. I commend every woman that works while they're pregnant because I could not. I went to work for 1 week in a month and I was dying. I was trying to call out. Like,
mm,
there's no way. It's
I
your body
understand
is
that.
working overtime. There's women
Hmm.
have. I think they have the least work life balance out of everybody out here, the least. Even when they take time off, it's really sad.
Blazing says yes. I definitely think it's linked to the food.
I agree.
I mean, you advocate for so how many so if because there's a lot of women in this world. There's more women outnumber men.
Hmm.
If everyone was able to take their period off in the time that they have their period, it would be no hardly any woman at work because a lot of times that menstrual cycle is synced. So
Right.
important times of the month, they would be no women working at all.
Well, then let them work from home. I'm sure there's ways to come go around it. Like seriously, like I again when I think back, I'm like, how was I in the military like this? How was I in the field?
Mm,
I remember one time we were in the field and I had to go to the medical unit and get a note that said that I was allowed to lay down on my cot because I really was. They would
mm,
look at me and they could see like the color was drained out my face. Like it was bad. It was bad in the woods.
mm.
No showers. I'm like, this is. It's. I should not be here right now to train. Like I really should not be doing this, but women be thugging it out, and it's
And you know,
unhealthy.
it is unhealthy. But
Hmm.
you know, like when I was in prison, when I first went to jail, they offered me a program where you can do the time that the judge sentenced you to. In the short amount of years, but they was like 6 months.
Oh wait. You broke
So
up. You broke up for a second. You could do the time that the judge sentenced you to in what?
in 6 months, 3 years, on a more strict parole until you finish the amount of time allotted.
Hmm.
And one of the things that they teach you how to do is take a shower in 3 minutes. That's all you get, no matter what. You get 3 minutes to take that shower, and it takes a lot because as a woman, and like I saw several women at the same time bleeding, just trying to get washed off with that alone is
Right.
gross. But I
Right.
mean, those are the things that positions you put yourself in when you commit crimes. I'm just letting you know it's disgusting, and part of
Look, you also in that same position when you signed up for the military. Just also throwing that out there.
okay. This is,
Crime or the
well,
military is very similar.
that was exactly the goal in their program was to run it like a military, you know, drill instructors, exercise, and just practically trying to kill people,
Right.
mentally and physically trying to break you. Honestly, didn't have to do much to break me. That experience alone was enough to want me not to go back to jail ever again. Period. is
Also, how I feel
unnecessary.
about the military.
That a lot of people probably feel like that about the military. As soon as they can get out, they run. But other people love the military because that's the way
Mhm.
of life for them. So if they're born and bred military, it must be something that they can handle. They do it. Some people like structure, everyday structure, and it's fine. They know that type of structure will keep them in line. It's a safe way, and it's also to give back to your country, the country that allows you to fight for them. All right, so you know what I'm saying. But anyhow, so we're talking about other things as well today. I think it deals
Wait,
with life as
Blazing
well.
said. Blazing said we should at least have a choice to stay home if we want to. I agree.
Okay,
I agree
but
because
who?
that's too
What?
much.
What man in this world who don't know cannot empathize with the situation will pay you for not being at work because you bleed? It's not.
I
They
mean,
don't
but that's
sympathize with
that. Okay, so like in Germany, when you have a baby, the dads and the moms can have up to 3 years with their kids. Like that's what I'm
it.
saying. They know that that's the thing. They know that families are important. They have a law, and your job cannot fire you. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
how the pay works, but my whole point is, as a society, they agreed on that, and it makes sense. That should be a
Mm-hmm.
thing. And if y'all okay, you don't have to wait for the government to do it, but you could find a business that is doing that, or you could start a business that takes that into consideration. Like I'm not. It's gonna be hard, of course, because there's always people that abuse the system. But for the most part, people will be honest and they'll respect it. They'll want to be more forthcoming and truthful about it because it's even acknowledged at work. I feel like it's really disgusting that women don't stand up for other women. I've had women at work when I complain about how I'm feeling, they act like I'm exaggerating. Like, man, you don't have the same cycle. If your cycle is light and you done, you wasn't even bleeding today, great. I don't have that. Mine's is different.
Hmm.
I'm laid
I mean, but
out.
is it is your cycle still the same after having a child?
No, my cycle is much better. Thank goodness. I'm grateful. I used to have a lot of cysts
Mm-hmm.
and stuff before. I don't really
Mm-hmm.
have as many issues, but I also changed my diet. I think that helps. Because
Mm-hmm.
like Blazing said earlier, it's linked to the food. And like you said, it's hereditary. And I feel like both of those are correct because if we're all in the same environment and we're all ingesting the same food and using the same products, and then we all have the same genes, it's gonna have the same reaction.
Mm-hmm.
So
Basically,
I
but
definitely made a lot
I've
of
noticed
changes.
that after childbirth, yeah, a lot of y'all don't even have the symptoms long, or y'all don't. Your cycle is like 2 or 3 days. Me
Well,
personally, I think my
I'm still
cycle is
not
like
that.
8 days, and it's like 40 years of torture with that. I'm just letting you
Okay.
know that is one of the most painful experiences of my life. But I
Okay.
mean, God is good.
And then
If
it's
you could
worse
do that,
because some people have symptoms a week before. Too. It's almost like you never off your cycle.
that's true. It is true.
So
You get MS, whenever PMS decide to show up. You know what
exactly.
I'm
I
saying?
don't feel like
Then your
women should have
breasts
to
get
work at
heavy,
all.
your back start hurting.
Exactly.
Huh?
I don't feel like women should be working at all, but whatever. If they choose to,
I
fine.
mean,
But
really.
I don't feel like this should be a thing. we
Exactly what you think going to achieve not having a job and still being able to raise a family financially.
I mean, of course, this would be a dream world, but I'm just saying, if society ever wanted to make some changes,
Oh,
that's how I feel.
set
I
me
feel
up to
like
know
that's not
because
a thing.
I think they were. I think the government would, really try to play me in that situation. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna ask me what side of the fence I want to be on with this situation. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because that seriously though, I ain't. I mean, I just want the week off. I'll be like, yo, I'll be like, listen, I just want the week off. Give me that week off every month. I'm good. I'm Gucci. It's eight
Exactly.
days for me. I need to be paid my average pay. Nah, it
Exactly.
is. It's like 8 days. You know what I'm saying? The whole
Right.
cycle is like 8 days. So 8 days every month out of my life, I'll be banked up. And this is what I'll be saying. And I still try to keep a joyful approach to my job as well. I can't tell my job it's not legal right now, but so I can't tell my job, look, I got cramps. I don't feel like driving over there and unlocking nobody damn car. It's not
Exactly.
my damn fault this fool locked the keys in the car.
Exactly. But I
But
think
You know, I
They should
can't.
have positions. Y'all could rotate a dispatch position when it's your week
Mm,
or
I mean,
something. You know what I
dispatch.
mean? Like, I would start a company. If I started a company, I would want it to. Well, I did start a company, and I'm trying to make it as work from home as possible. I don't want to work at all.
Mm, but working from home is still work.
Yes, but I don't want to be bogged down with I have to be there from 8 to 5. I have to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want that. I want to be able to get up and do what I need to do. If it takes me an hour a week, then so be it. If it takes me 5 hours a week, then so, you know what I mean? Like, I want
Hmm.
that. I can't with the, I got to be there on their time. I'm killing myself. I'm sick today, but I'm still going in because I got to have this done and they need this. They don't need anything because if I die today, they'll be training somebody tomorrow. They will figure it out.
That's
They
right.
will know exactly what's going on. Like work life balance is so important. Whether you have to work through your cycle or not, the work life balance is still important because they don't need you. They need you. You don't need them for real. You can get another job. It might not be as glamorous, but you can get another one. Um, they will replace you like nobody's business, no matter how much they really loved you there. The people at work loved you. The company they don't even know you.
Hmm.
Like the person that signs my checks doesn't even know that I work there or that pays my
Exactly.
check.
I mean,
Not the
the
person
person.
that signed. The person that signed it, of course, they know I work there. But the person that pays my check, they don't even know that I work for this company. Like,
Exactly. You
I'm
ain't
not
nobody.
myself.
Unless you do something very significant for your company, they ain't recognizing nothing.
I'm
You
the
know what I'm
only
saying?
person at my
The
company that does
regional
my
manager
job.
might know you. The
Exactly. I'm the only
regional
person.
manager might know you, but the owner,
Exactly. I'm the only person at my company that does my job, and they still don't know who I am. The only person.
oh,
they
you got a
don't.
job
They
that
have no
only
idea
you
who I am.
nobody knows who you are.
Right.
That's
Like
special though.
it is. And as long as I keep doing a good job, they don't need to know me. So I'm okay with that.
I just want to remind people, please like the video. That's how you support us. Like the video,
Exactly.
share the videos,
Exactly.
watch the video, subscribe, so you know when we on. Yes, I mean that's like a decent thing for me. Like I would love to be the only person that can do my job and nobody knows who I am. That's
Right.
awesome to me. It's cool. You know that way people wouldn't know how much of a significance you are,
Exactly.
but you
And
still
it's
are doing what you got to do.
exactly. And I encourage people to job hop. I know that they push careers, and careers are great. If you find something that makes you happy, stay there. But if you're not happy, I had a job. The job I had before this, so I've been here 3 years now, um, 3.5. Uh, the job I had before this, it was terrible. I used to be late to work. They complained. I used to be late picking up my son from daycare. Like, I'm like, no, I'm not doing this. I did it for 10 months. I was miserable. I couldn't even, I was too tired to even take him anywhere after work. I'm like, no, no, let me get another job.
Mhm.
I'm hopping. I don't care. I've had so many jobs in so many different industries. It doesn't matter. I'm happy now though. Like I feel like that's more important that I be happy than the job be happy and they have me.
Well, it gives you the experience, and that way you can be able to
Exactly.
go to one place and have so many talents that you bring more diversity to a job. So it is pretty cool. Like I said, I mean, I can't even tell you how many jobs I've had, but I've been at Papa Lock for almost 3 years now. It's convenient, but it's tough. It's tough work. 12-hour days, and when you're not feeling well, you definitely don't want to go outside in the rain and unlock
Mm,
nobody's car
exactly.
in the snow and change people tire on the highway and bring them gas. Like I cannot understand for the life of me that why y'all people ignore that little gas light that's on the dashboard of your vehicles
Because
that
they know
says
they
you need
car.
some. No,
They
you
know they
don't know
car.
your car. You
That's
don't
why
know your car.
they say
Your
that's why we
car
don't have
knows
flying
when it
cars yet.
needs gas. So
Right.
that means you need gas. So even if you went to where you were going, you shouldn't pass by the gas station before you get home. Cause then look what happened now. I mean, one day the lady, she was driving and realized she was like, oh my God, I don't have any money. She was on the way to the gas station. Said, "Oh, I don't have any money." Turned back around to go home.
No.
Now you can't tell me you didn't know before you left you needed gas. You should check before you pull out the driveway that you have some money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Turns back around, car cuts off, and so when I'm looking for her, I'm like, where? Who? So as I approach the block, I see somebody on the corner of the block up on the sidewalk, like if they were shot, and the car just landed on the sidewalk, and that's where it stopped.
Right.
And I'm like, man, I don't see a car in this parking lot because that's the address I was given. And she's like, no, I'm right here on the corner. I said, blow up. But I did ask. I said, no, nobody asked you if you needed help. She said, no. I said, wow. I mean,
Most
she was
people
on
don't.
the.
I think they're scared. The news has everybody so shook. The media has everybody so shook that they don't even stop for people. I think about stopping for people sometimes, but when my son is in the car, I don't do that, of course, because I would have probably asked them to sit in the back, and they're not sitting in the back with my child. But I do think about that. Like again, in Germany, they have if something happens to someone like on the autobahn or whatever, and you're the first car there, you're still the law is that you're supposed to stop. You're the first person on the scene. You're supposed to stop and at least see if they need help, and that makes sense. People do need help.
I don't.
I think people are mass
I don't.
murderers, but not everybody. I think the chance is smaller. They
Yeah,
might
I,
just need some
I,
help.
don't, I don't. Listen, I don't know about that because I sometimes worry not about the people that you're stopping to help, but the people who don't see you stopping to help and continue to drive, and you end up getting smacked because they ain't paying attention. And I
Right.
mean, me, like I said, I work for Papa Lock, and what we do is roadside assistance. And I'll be on the side of the road, and I still have them orange cones out, and people still be going mighty fast. They
Mm-hmm.
ain't even slowing down or
They
changing
don't even change
lanes
it.
enough to just keep it going.
That's
So
annoying.
that's one of the reasons we shouldn't be running out of gas on the highway. It's dangerous for everybody. You understand what I'm saying? It's dangerous for everybody. But I do get it, sometimes. But another thing that's crazy is like some insurance companies don't cover the gas. So people call for gas, and when they find out they got to pay for it on site, they don't want it no more.
That's funny. They should tell them whoever they speak to at dispatch should be responsible for that. So I guess we're just
Look,
gonna
I
jump
don't
into
know.
Are we just gonna jump into customer service now? Because that's where this is going.
No,
No, we're gonna go
no,
to
I'm just
hygiene first.
saying.
I mean, I know
We
that
was
wasn't your
talking about
intention, but
gas.
it's a natural lead. It's a natural lead into customer service, honestly.
Well, yeah, we can definitely talk about customer service. Like, I really want your opinion on this, Ash.
Hmm.
How do you feel about tipping?
Tipping. Okay, so as someone that has a degree in hospitality management, and of course, someone who is BFFs with your sister, I'm all about
Mm-hmm.
tipping because it's ridiculous that they're not paid well. Excuse me, I'm like a little old lady today. I don't know what's happening. But yeah, it's ridiculous. People do not understand that the waitresses and the wait staff at restaurants are not
Mm-hmm.
paid living wages in most restaurants. Um, so
Mm-hmm.
tipping is it's encouraged, but really it should be required. Um, it's really sad that it has to be a thing because again in Europe, I freaking love Europe, let's just go there, but in Europe
Mm-hmm.
that's not a thing. They pay them appropriately, and they really discourage tipping because the restaurant is responsible for paying their wages as it should be. There's billion-dollar
Mm-hmm.
restaurants here and they pay $2 an hour. That's ridiculous. And then if you make too much with your tips, they want to take money back from you. How?
Mm-hmm.
How is that should not even be allowed? But of course, people don't do research um before they go places. They don't try to get to know the people there are even their wait staff. Like they don't do anything. They just go and want a service and don't know how the people on the inside of the industry have to, how they're living, like how they're dealing. So it's just really sad that there are people that go out to eat, spend all this money on the food, and then don't tip. I like that they put that gratuity in there when you spend a certain amount because there's no way you walk away with leave $0.
We know Tamara has some very horror stories about groups and parties of people ordering tons of food and not even leaving an adequate tip. We understand that. But
Exactly.
is restaurants the only industry where people deserve tips?
Um, I think that tips are on. Okay,
Hmm.
so like I tip my wax lady, I tip hairdressers. I do. I tip people that give me great service. I don't care what you do, honestly. As long as
Hmm.
you're allowed to take tips at your job, I don't mind tipping you. I don't. But I don't think that tips should ever be anything that somebody has to live off of.
Hmm.
I feel like they should always be getting paid a living wage, and then a tip should just be a sign of appreciation. Like that should
Hmm.
let them know that they're going home like, damn, I really did. I really made some people smile today, or you know what I mean. Like I really made some people happy today, and that's why I got these tips. Not just because, oh, I can't live if these people don't tip me. Like you practically begging at this point. You're almost a panhandler, not by choice.
Well, I mean, at my job, we are allowed to take tips, but if it's not a cash tip, I would never get it because the rules are that I get the people's information first and get payment first, then unlock their vehicle. So how rude does it look as a person working, right? To say, listen, by the way, if you tip me, if you want to tip me, you need to tip me now because the only way
Exactly.
I can get your tip is it once I charge you. But because I'm strict about my rules and following that, I miss a lot of tips. I assume, you know what I'm saying. There's some people they do tip me in cash and it's fine, but
Right.
these industries like if the Chinese restaurant you order Chinese food and they bring you the food because he's the driver's Chinese. They believe it's his restaurant, so why should they tip him? You think that's fair?
No. Even if it was his restaurant, he still did the work. Like that's people want all of this stuff for the lowest price ever. I don't understand it. If the work is getting done, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter how many other people tip. It doesn't matter how much. Oh, what if you the only job he do for the day? So what? He did the work for you. Like I
Mm-hmm.
don't understand the confusion.
He rolled them vegetables up. He skinned all that cat. I mean,
Not a cat.
chicken
No.
and do all that garlic and them sauces that they use in a wok and
Right.
glazed it with that sugar and whatever else they use to make that General Toe or so or Joe Key, whatever you want to call it, and you eat it. So I mean, like I said, it's a service being provided, and you should tip people in the situation. Not only, but I mean, if it is not financially, uh, you're not financially able to tip the person, tell them thank you for their service is also a good thing, isn't it?
Exactly. Exactly. Like, yes, words count too. Like people, and I think that's another thing too. I think that sometimes those situations arise like out of like I feel like everybody has all this great pride or a chip on their shoulder, and they're so embarrassed. If you don't have it, you don't have it. Guess what? The wait staff might not have it either. They're literally making $2 an hour. It's okay. Or whoever you're dealing with might not have it. Like,
I mean, I
right.
find a lot of people find reasons not to tip the waitresses and servers in the restaurant. Well,
Yes.
I mean, I don't because you got to think about this, right? Their job is to take your order, bring your order, right? To check to make sure everything is all right, and as you have everything, they don't cook the food. So one of the things they can't do is really adequately tell you how long it's going to take your food to take.
Exactly.
But I mean, if you're going out to eat, you shouldn't wait till you're starving to go to a place where you have to sit down and wait to get food, because that
Exactly.
will make you anxious and aggravated. Certain places got good rolls and biscuits you can eat while you wait there, but that's all the trick. You
Hmm.
understand what I'm saying? Because you go there hungry and you eat, you fill up on these rolls, you never finish the
Exactly. They want you out.
food. You're full of the business, but it's not the waitress's fault. So I like chip. I'm waiting for Tamarian says if you can't tip, cook for yourself.
Fact. Facts. If
You
you
know,
want to treat them
she
like they your
definitely.
maid, you go home. They're not your personal chef. That's
I
ridiculous. They're not
understand
your
that, but
maid.
what I'm saying to you is, we don't determine how long it takes your food. So I base most of it on is if they're nice when I get there, try to make me feel comfortable. And if they crack a little joke or two, that's a bonus for me because I'm a funny person. And normally my approach to people is to make well. So you know what I'm saying? It's always a good joke in there. And then if they do it right, like probably Samara could tell you better. Bring the bread, the salad, your drinks all on time. You know what I'm saying? And then you wait, then I'm fine. You end up having a. And one of the good things about going out to eat with somebody you love and really can sit down and talk with, doesn't have to be in a relationship, is that y'all can have a conversation to keep your mind off of waiting for your
The
food.
food. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but these people not making it as much money. So at least if they do 10 tables and they get what, $5 a table, how much is that for the night?
$50. That's not bad.
$50. I mean,
That's okay. 50,
that's
50.
not bad.
Let's say they work 5 days. That's 250 a week. 500. That's $1,000 a month. I don't know how much they
But
need.
that's minimum. That
Mhm.
financial bracket is very low
Right.
income based. So no matter, so see what I'm saying though. five
Right.
dollars a table at tips a night is really not substantial with the price of anything right now. So y'all have to be mindful. Don't have them running back. But a lot of that to go is Corona messed up a lot of that waitress money too. They was out of work just like them strippers.
Okay. I think I do think that Corona was kind of a good thing from what I've seen is that some restaurants started paying wages, which is good because that's what they should have been doing. To get people back
Yeah.
on their staff, they started paying wages. Good. You should have been doing that. Y'all had the money. They've been had the money. You can't tell me you a multi-million-dollar industry and you can't.
Oh, of course. If people tipped in advance, then half the people wouldn't get good service.
Exactly. That's true. And to me, customer
Mhm.
service is the whole experience. Like I when I go places, like well, first of all, some people complain about the service they get, but then they're so cold to the person serving them. Like I don't understand why you expect this person to be tap dancing for you and you're being the biggest a-hole possible. Every time they crack a joke, they smile at you something, you stone cold, dead face, staring them down like they tried to fight you yesterday or something. Like what? I don't under all right, let me get you out of here as fast as I can. That's how my service turns into because I cannot. I
Well,
cannot. I'm not about
back to like life balance. Here's a good life balance. If something else is bothering you and you're going to have a service done, you should not be taking that out on the person that is doing something for you. They had nothing to do with that. You know, I went to go unlock a car for this guy, and I didn't know the man, never met him before, didn't know what he was doing. All I know that I came to go unlock a vehicle in a parking lot of where the Lowe's is. So, and BJ's and Rose, you know what I'm saying? This is a big parking lot where there's a bunch
Mhm.
of multiple stores, big chain stores at that. So several people. So what I'm basically trying to say is I don't know who I'm coming to unlock the vehicle for. I more or less will know what vehicle I'm coming to unlock, right? I get there and I'm telling the man, I call the man on the phone. Oh, I'm busy. He hangs up. Well, you're busy, but how do I know where your vehicle is? Now that I'm in the parking lot, I would like to, narrow it down to as close as possible. If you're busy, why would you call to have your car door unlocked if you're too busy to let the person who is coming to unlock your car know where you're at? That right there. When I
Exactly.
finally find out he finally gets on the phone with me, and he gives me a description of where he's at, so that I could talk to him. He has an attitude with me, telling me he can't get his job done because his car's locked. Hmm. So
Okay.
now in the situation, I feel like if you need something, right, you should be well behaved to the person that you're dealing with. You shouldn't take out none of your frustration out on the person that's coming to provide you a service because they don't know you from a hole in the wall when they first meet you. Unless
Exactly.
you do this all the time, then they would have a repertoire. If somebody does something all the time and somebody keeps coming to do the service for them, they build a repertoire. So they're all right when they see each other. Not understand, but I don't know you. So don't take your frustration out on me. So I told him I need identification cost for just anybody. Any you because he what he was doing was he was cooking food little booth at the point me to go what unlock the car door and then wait until it was ready.
Right.
But he needed the car door unlocked so he could do his job. So he says, but he's screaming and carrying on at me like I did something wrong. One, sir, I didn't lock your keys in the car. Two, I don't know
Exactly.
who you are. I don't know why you need anything. I just came here to do this. Just to top it off, though, after I get ID from him, I just was like, all right, I got identification now. Let me go unlock the vehicle. I go unlock the vehicle, which my practice is to unlock the passenger side just in case something happens. I won't mess up the driver's side door. It's more expensive. So I
Hmm.
unlock the door. I leave the door wide open. I mean, like literally, the door is open. His car is the one blaring in the parking lot. Woo woo. He comes to the car, grabs the driver's side door, said, and after all of this is still not unlocked. I said, Lord, and pulled off.
Oh my God. He found his way in that car eventually. Customer service definitely goes both ways. I know that the person serving you is supposed to be giving you the experience, but they can only but do but so much. It's a dialogue, it's not a monologue. And you have to participate too. You don't deserve good customer service if that's how you're acting. I'm sorry. People should be treated accordingly, regardless of the setting. These people providing services, like you and everybody else providing services, are not made. You're not second class citizens. Like, what do people think? I don't understand it. It's disgusting, really,
I,
and it makes me feel
I
like they
can
have no
understand.
power in their
I
personal
can't
life, and
understand.
that's why they do that.
Yes,
Like he's at
but the problem is you need to talk to people. You need to find
exactly,
people in your life that you can talk to and express what it is going on inside you to make you so hostile. Life can be hard, but you don't have to make it so where you're unhappy the whole time in your life. I just don't
exactly,
understand that. And like I said, if people are doing things for you, you try to give them the best type of presentation so they can give you the best type of presentation. So they don't
exactly,
feel like they're being looked at as a measly peasant and you can treat them any way you want because they came here to do something for you. Remember, they came
exactly.
to do something for you. You understand? I don't treat people like that. I don't think that's cool. But I definitely am not a type of person that would allow a person to take advantage of me. Now, if I see that the situation may escalate to a point where it's just unreasonable, I always walk away because I'm at work and I'd rather not lose my job and then pop a lock or send somebody else and the person would have to wait,
Mhm.
additional time for the service because I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that at all. If you got a nasty attitude, like I said, if you don't show me identification and first, you know what I'm saying? It's up to my discretion whether I open the car door for you. If I think that you're trying to scheme me, or I mean, because I could, if I feel like you're trying to do something other than I can refuse service, and I've done that before, and people have gotten mad, because they haven't gotten what they wanted when they wanted it, but they want to treat
Exactly.
me like I don't do that.
And people don't seem to understand that. Like, anybody can refuse you service, and rightfully so if you're being disrespectful and irate. And you are now, like, once you get too irate with someone, now you're dangerous because what are you gonna do next? Are you gonna start swinging or something? Because why are you so out of control? I worked at a Hilton hotel before for like a year.
Mhm.
I got the best reviews. Um, and then this one lady put in a review on me, and she said that I was very cold and didn't seem like didn't seem like I wanted to help her because I didn't. I don't know. I don't understand what she wanted me to do. The situation was she came in, she let me check her in, and then she said she wanted to upgrade her room. I said, "Oh, I'm sorry. We are not one of the hotels that it was Homewood Suites. We don't Homewood Suites is not a Hilton hotel that provides free upgrades." I was like, I'm sorry, I
Mhm.
can't do that. I can give you the number. They can call you. Maybe they can help you upgrade on that end and
Mhm.
go from there. Because of the system, apparently, they can't change it on their end after she checks in. Oh, okay, well, you should have mentioned the upgrade before you check in. Now she's standing on the other
Mm-hmm.
side of the counter staring at me. I done gave her keys. I done told her where she going. Man, I can't do anything else for you. I apologize. I cannot help you. I don't. She's mad. She wrote a review on me because I didn't do anything else. I literally did everything I could. I don't know what she
Mm-hmm.
wanted me to do. She wanted me to just give her another room. I can't do that. Like, I gotta risk my
Well,
job for you because you want something else. You should have looked into the policy and confirmed that that was able to be done. I don't know what you
that's
want me to do.
entitlement.
Yes,
That's
it is.
entitlement.
And
People think that they can treat people any way they want. That's it's disgusting in some situations. It's very disgusting. Like when you see people getting upset with McDonald's workers and Wendy's workers and in these fast food restaurants. You know, these people slaving for barely enough money to make it.
exactly.
Y'all harassing them. I mean, I
Okay, and
know
then was
Wendy's say
mad.
your fries gotta be fresh.
Exactly.
Huh?
And then they was mad when McDonald's wanted $15 an hour to deal with y'all angry asses. Yes, they probably should be getting paid
Mhm.
$20 an hour, but y'all not ready for that. That's
I mean,
stress.
McDonald's even has fresh. I'm ready not to even be messing with McDonald's. But yeah, you know,
Oh my god, we talked about that last time. You still go
sometimes
there?
is 12 days, so it's pretty ain't the best. But I'm trying to eat more at home.
Oh, well, that's good. I'm glad. That's what
Yeah,
we do
definitely.
because since we're on this topic now, of course, clean transition into hygiene, right?
Mhm.
Because I've been out way too many
Yes.
places in public and seen people that's working at places that don't wash their hands when they leave. That's nasty. Like it's a
Hmm.
sign. They put signs up for
Hmm.
you that they shouldn't even have to do, and you still walking straight out of the stall. I don't care what you did in that stall. I seen you come out of the stall. I assume you used the bathroom. So please
Yeah,
wash your
I don't care
hands.
either. Yeah, you must watch, especially with the way Corona is. They had the monkeypox is running rampant now too. I mean, people really need to understand you need to wash your hands. Well, you know, touching stuff and not washing your hands, whatever you touching on yourself and then touching other stuff is disgusting. But when you work in other places, you can't go to work without taking showers. You can't force your coworkers to smell your decision in life not to wash your ass. That is disgusting, you know. And but again, that comes from being how you raised at home, and that's sad to say, but people will judge all of that. Like I've been places, I used to deliver Chinese food to some of these houses where the houses smell like I don't know why. What is wrong with cleaning your house once in a while? But to offend everybody, you want people to bring you food to your house and it smells like that? That's offensive. It's just not cute at all.
Right.
You know, and then
I,
we got people who
mhm.
like to talk close to you. And this is one of the reasons why I do enjoy the fact that COVID is out there because now you can wear a mask. Now they can inhale their own breath and see what they was torturing other people with now.
No, I cannot.
Yes. You know, people like, they just like that. They'll lean in to talk to you, but they don't realize, a lot of the stuff that they've eaten during the day is still on their palate. It
I
doesn't
don't
sit well
understand.
with their breath.
I smell my breath all
You
day long. I
understand?
don't understand. I don't understand how other people don't know.
What I'm saying is don't be in
Like
people's
I
face,
check
smell
all
their
day,
breath.
but I'm saying I check. Like I
You know,
do.
some people have halitosis. They can't help it. Some have situations that make it where you understand what I'm saying. They
That's fine, but they need to be
they
aware.
their breath smells bad. They need to go to a doctor. Start with the
Right.
dentist. Stuff like
Right.
that. But I mean,
And
what I'm saying is, good.
mhm. Oh no, no. I was just gonna say that like Corona really made me see that people like that hygiene needs to be something. I don't know if they need to teach it in school because it's lacking. If you got to tell this many people like Corona shouldn't have spread that much with the simple
Mm-hmm.
guidance that they gave to keep it at bay. Wash your hands. Do not stand on top of strain.
Uh-oh, the police. Actually, muted her mic for a second. I guess.
Sorry, sorry. We
Yeah.
had the
It
producer.
looked like he was telling somebody a couple of short little words.
it was my producer, aka Mr. Jamel, trying to ask me when the show gonna wrap up. He didn't ask me
So
that.
he
He
asked
needed
when
to get something. He
that.
needed to get something.
I love it.
He's so
Kids
funny.
be acting like your father, huh? And
Okay.
boys be acting like your daddy, your husband,
Okay.
your uncle, your brother. They just be so. I love it though. That's what life is about, right? I don't want no interruptions in my life though. That ain't for
Exactly.
me because I ain't got no patience with that at all. Kids
You
are a beautiful thing to have, but not for me.
they grow on you. Your own children grow on you. I definitely see things a lot differently now,
Hmm.
than before I became a parent. But we'll save that for another episode.
Okay,
Because,
okay.
but
We could definitely.
huh?
I said we could definitely talk about that in another episode. We definitely, can talk. We need topics to talk about. That's definitely a good topic. I mean,
um,
we I definitely have no problem talking about how I grew up and how a lot of the things that I thought were right were wrong. Because the only way to learn is by teaching people, uh, what you've done, so that you know not to do it again. You give
exactly.
these people real, like I said, I like to give people real life experiences so that they can understand that people go through stuff, but they can learn from it. And if you have a small inclination, what could happen if you put these two people together with these two situations, you can avoid it if you come to it. You understand? That's just how I feel like the information could be spread better like that. Because if a girl tell you, "Oh yeah, girl, he used to be always bringing me flowers and candies and all type of things," but when I said no, that nigga hauled off and slapped the hell out of me. And
Ooh,
then 10 hours later, he's back kissing me, talking about how much he loved me, how sorry he is. And then 5 and 10 years of the same thing, you got to get a clue. I
exactly.
know it's hard, but you got to get a clue. It's like, so that's basically what it is. Just giving out the information so people can take it in and think about some of the decisions that they're making. So, any
Exactly.
final thoughts on life, hygiene, and
No,
service?
we not done. Wait. We not done with hygiene. No, you know what? I got final
Maybe
thoughts. My
not
final
done.
thoughts is gonna be my final thoughts is gonna be on hygiene. We're gonna have to do final thoughts because I don't know what happened to me today. I thought I was gonna have time to take a nap and I didn't, and I've been yawning the entire hour.
Mhm.
I think that's terrible. It's very
Okay.
unprofessional. Sorry. But my final thoughts is on hygiene. Learn whatever you can about the spread of germs and just how to take care of yourself. It's way too many people out here that don't even know how to wipe correctly. Like it's little girls out here that turn into grown women that don't know that you wipe from front to back every time. Everybody
Definitely.
wipes the same way, male and female. You wipe them from front to back. Women just got a lot more to wipe. And
Hmm.
you,
Hmm.
if you don't take nothing away from this episode, take that away. You wipe from front to back, and you do not put any kind of soap inside your body. All right, I'm done.
Mm. I just want to say my final thoughts about hygiene as well. And people, you got to understand that how bacteria is spread is airborne. And when you're in the bathroom, using the restroom, fecal matter travels a lot further than you think. And it can land on things like your toothbrush and other places in the bathroom. If you don't wash your hands and leave in the bathroom, you spread that all throughout your house. One of the things people do is come from the bathroom and go right in their fridge and get something to drink. You just took all the doo doo that you just wiped off your boo boo and brought it in the fridge and froze it for everything else in there. So every time you keep touching that, you keep putting spreading bacteria. No, you're not to do that. At work too. It's quite possible your lunch make your stomach rumble. So please be careful. Be mindful. You have other coworkers. If you don't, wipe up, clean up behind you properly in the bathroom, they go in the bathroom. That fecal matter can touch. They can touch that not knowing, and they can get some type of disease. That's what happens. Also, when you bring the stuff from the booty in front to the cootie. You get some type of infections because you're bringing that fecal matter to the front. And, so that's definitely one of the things you have to be careful. Men, y'all can do it too. That's probably where y'all get most of that gooch grease from, is from not properly wiping. And believe me, we all know men don't properly wipe because it's been said hundreds of years. Y'all got
Some
the
of
most shittiest drawers ever.
That's because some of them not
I
wash
don't know
their
why
between
y'all
their
scared
butt
to wipe
cheeks.
in there.
No, I figured out what it was. It's because they're not
What you
washing in
figured out?
between their butt cheeks. That's what seriously. That's the thing
When?
that they're talking about now. That some dudes think that's gay. Like, what are you raping yourself? Wash your butt. It's okay to spread your cheeks a little and let the water and soap get in there. If you like it too much, that's something you need to explore on your own. It's just cleaning yourself, and that's how everybody should clean themselves.
So you tell me y'all men are scared to wash your behind because you think you
Scared
might
to
be
wash
gay?
their
How's
butt.
it gay if you touching your own booty, man?
I
You
don't
had
know.
to stop being nasty. That's
Obviously,
nasty.
if that's the case, then you already gay because if you
Ain't
masturbate,
no, ain't no
that's
wait,
gay too.
right?
Then
But listen, ain't nobody tell you to be in the shower, skinned up with your leg on the tub, bending over trying to see if you can. Nobody ain't saying that. But get a rag
right.
in there and wash that out. That's gross.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you're so sickly sometimes. All that
Exactly.
fecal matter is trapped in everything.
Exactly. So yeah.
I gotta stop that, man. It's time to grow up. Ain't nothing gay about washing your ass, especially anybody, male, female. You know, I know little boys they just have a trouble with it because a lot of times little boys don't like the doodle. I don't know what it is. They don't like going in and do that doodle situation. The kids really don't. I think they scared to fall in the toilet, y'all. Seriously, I don't know what it is, but some of them just don't like to poop. But I've noticed that it's more or less with the boys than the girls. But as far as cleaning your butt, one of the first things your mama should tell you the places that you need clean. Also, your father should be telling you that. You know, and if they don't have these fathers in the house, I guess a lot of these women don't be mindful of reminding them that they don't want no stink booty man, so you don't raise no stink booty man.
The facts.
Yeah, it's the truth. It's just the truth. You
Mm-mm.
know, Blazer said that's a damn shame.
That's funny.
So what is it? They think that just because they spend a little bit of time in the tub, you know, with their toys, that their booty's clean? Because
I don't
that
know.
don't make no sense.
It don't make no sense
Yeah.
at all. I seen a video today, um,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like some dude washing his butt in the sink. I was just like, it's it's so much. It's so much going on here. I don't understand it. Like, is that toxic masculinity? Because why would you think that you can't wash your butt? So has nobody in
Mm-hmm.
life been washing their butt prior to when they got to be an adult to wash their own butt? Because I don't. How did you just drop that skill? If you've been washing your butt your
But what
whole
I'm saying is, who
childhood,
was telling them that that's gay though? Who was telling the
exactly.
men that taking a rag with soap and water and going between butt cheeks, diligently is gay? What is that? That has no sexual preference in soap.
I don't. I don't know. I'm like, what
Dove
happens there?
don't
Like,
care.
do they stick fingers
Irish
inside?
Spring
You're not
is
supposed to do
not.
that.
Listen, Irish Spring is not going back and telling Dove and these other bars of soap that he's gay because they inside his booty. Come on, man. That is just ridiculous. The stuff that men try to say is gay, making an excuse not to do it, is sickening. There's nothing
Exactly.
wrong with crying, getting in touch with your emotions, being honest, being with one woman. It's just a lot of things that y'all believe that's such bad myths. Y'all need to get over that stuff. Seriously.
Right. That is so true.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Thanks again, everybody, for tuning in to the Tuned In Show. We try to do what we can, the best that we can for you guys. Don't forget, please, if you're watching the videos, like the video.
All
We
right.
need
Share
y'all to
that.
like. We need y'all to hit that subscription. If you're watching our videos, it means you're interested in some of the stuff that we're saying, or at least half the stuff that we're saying. And we need you to hit the subscription button. We need you to hit likes. If there's something you want to hear us talk about, what we always say, drop it in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
We give shout outs here. Make sure you understand that we're just trying to bring y'all some information so that y'all can learn something other than what they teaching y'all in them schools.
Right.
Ashley, any additional
Final thought.
information you have for them? Yeah, final thought.
To take them days off. You got PTO. You got sick days. Take them off. Take them off. You don't have to
Mm,
tell them. It's not a requirement for you to explain to your job why you need a vacation. Like, don't let them
mm,
bully you. That's not a thing.
okay.
If you sick, you
Mm,
sick. They'll be okay.
okay. My job understand that we got doctor's notes
Okay.
in the house too, just in case, to protect ourselves, because even though I work, have had a lot of issues, and the state of Virginia doesn't feel like my issues are pertinent enough to keep me from not working, so I have to maintain the job. So that's what I do. But we can talk about those other things in another show. I want to say goodnight. I want to thank everybody who came to watch, the live. If you, like I said, if you're watching this video after, hit the like. It's free.
Yes,
Good
and
night.
share it. Share it. Other people want to hear
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I seen a post. Wait. I seen a post, and the person asks says, "Why do you? Why am I not? Why are you not famous?" I said, "Because y'all not sharing these videos.
it.
Share the video. It don't hurt. I get famous if y'all share my videos. I'll get
Okay.
famous. Like them, share, subscribe. Good night, y'all." I tell you.